Just allow me to show us how to use candlesticks before we proceed. Okay, I think that is my number. If you don't have my number, you might need an assistance or you need any help. It might be very difficult for you. So take that number. That is my personal number. Text me on WhatsApp. Just your name and your town. Don't come and maybe tell me so many things. There are people, when you give them the number, they text you so many things. So hadi mwingine ananiandikia mzito blue tick na hata sijaona ameandika nini, like 10 messages, you know, and we handle so many people at a go. So when you text me, just write your name and the name of your town. Unless it's something burning, you can always call me direct, or call Philip, call Gladys or Mudomi. Okay, yes. Now let's continue. Allow me to start. I've seen Mike. Mike, are you in, sir? Thumbs up if you are in. I've seen some Mike. Mike, are you in? Okay, I think
Mzito.
yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Gitonga.
There are new members here. Talk of the new members where they can follow.
Okay. How many are new here? If you are new, thumbs up. Thumbs up if you are new. Okay. So those who are new, I think the YouTube link will be pasted down there. Click and join our YouTube. But currently, I also recommend, I think, Gitonga, you have reminded me of something very important. We are trying to build our Facebook page. So Gitonga, you can kindly help us paste the Facebook link there, which all of us, just click that link, follow that page, like 2 or 3 posts, and that will be in order. So I think it will be posted down there then as the class continues. So allow me to continue because of time. We are spending much time in discussing so much. Now, so when we are dealing with this stop and strategy, remember we are taking 3 trades. Okay, we are taking a maximum of 3 trades. And this is where I realize a lot of people are making mistakes. Even before maybe tackling the candlesticks, allow me to align these purposely for those who are trading. So if you're joining us for the first time, don't worry. You are just in the right place. I will be giving further instructions as we continue. You just follow. So we are taking 3 trades a day. Just find a way of writing well. So we are taking 3 trades a day. And out of the 3 trades that we take every day, the first trade, you take that trade, immediately the market touches the stop hand. Remember, we have stop and box low and stop and box high. Even those who are joining us, this is very simple. We have the stop and box low and the stop and box high. So let's say the market is buying. When the market gets to the stop and box high, you look for an opportunity to sell. And if it's selling and it gets to stop and box low, you do what? You buy. So at stop and box high, we sell. At stop and box low, we buy. So at the stop and box on the low, buy. On the high, we sell. But take note of this. We consider taking our first setup on M15 once the market touches M15. But I also mentioned that as much as we haven't mentioned H1 on the plan, but which I will have to mention, you also have to check the larger picture of the market. Yes, if the market touches M15 even before touching H1, let me show us such a scenario because it's good to explain with the charts before even getting deeper. So let's say if the market touches kindly follow closely because what I'm explaining is so important, especially to those who are interested in what we are doing. Okay, let me share the chart. Now, can you see my chart? Kindly confirm, thumbs up if you can see the chart. Kindly confirm. Yeah, it's in order. So if let's say we are using USDJPY. So we take our first trade immediately. The market touches what? The stop hand box. Like now here, the market was selling yesterday. It go to the stop hand box and give us a confirmation candle. So those who don't know a candlesticks, we are going to cover in a few. So here we had a very good confirmation. The market, remember, every day there is that stop hand, high and low. You see the high there and the low down here. So if it touches the high, you do what? You sell. If the market, let's say, ingeenda juu, if the market could have bought, to that point, you at that given point do what? Sell. But let's say if the market was selling, like now this point, this is the market, this is red and blue for those who don't understand what we mean by the market. So if it sells to that, get to that white box, consider buying. But I want to mention something very, very crucial so that those who are in the challenge should understand. So if the market gets to the stop and on minute 15, and you have a reversal candlestick, like here we have a bullish engulfing, a buy candle covering the sell candle is what we are calling as the bullish engulfing. Allow me to enlarge a little bit so that maybe we can have a clear view. Delete the indicator window. Okay. Let me do that. Yes. So the market was selling, it go to the stop and box, gave you a confirmation. This candle, these two candles are called bullish engulfing. Again, just going to cover it in a few. So bullish engulfing is a confirmation for buy. But remember, immediately the market gets to the stop and first confirm what is also happening on the higher time frame. Also come and check H1. On the same date, 25th March, which was yesterday, what was happening on H1? If you clearly check H1, you realize at that given point, the market has touched also H1, which is a good confirmation. So on minute 15, just take your trade. Don't even think about it. Just take the trade with the confirmation candle of bullish engulfing. But remember, if this market takes you out, remember this was our first trade yesterday. I'm explaining the concept. If you took your first trade there, you had your stop loss below, ideally mostly below the stop and box, and you add about 7. So the stop loss was around 25 plus 7. It was around 32. So my stop loss was around here, 32 pips. So so once the market hits your stop loss, like now yesterday, the market got to your stop loss. If the market, remember you are saying that the market is going to buy, but it continued selling or it continued with the downward direction. So if the market hits your stop loss, check H1. Don't take trade again relying on minute 50. Look for a reversal candle on H1 before you take the second setup. How many are getting that? Sorry. Yeah, people are making, I think, Isaac, mute your mic kindly, sir. Let me help you to mute, but if you unmute again, we can always ensure that we take you down. Aha. Yeah. So let me repeat this again. Let me repeat this again. This was the trade yesterday. You took the first trade here, took this, have your stop loss here. The take profit is 3 times. So if it was 32 times 3, we were targeting around 96 pips. So my profit was around 96, which the market never got there. So my profit was around 96, somewhere up here. Okay, which the market never got to 96. Instead, after you took your first trade, the market eventually went down and got your stop loss. This is the market after you entered. Remember, you entered after the bullish engulfing here. Bullish engulfing confirmation, you entered there at that orange. So after you entered, the market never went up. Instead, it continued down, 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 and got to your stop loss, took you out. So if the market takes you out, don't take trade again relying on a M15 stop and box. Go and check H1 time frame. Here is where we change the time frame. Remember, we are trading the first trade on minute 15. Come here and do H1. Now on H1, wait for a reversal candlestick on H1. Even if it is below the stop and box, okay. But look for a reversal candlestick pattern. That's why I took that trade. I also took. Yes, sir.
Zito, screen is not visible to many of us.
Yes.
The screen not visible to many of us.
How many are seeing? Let me start with those who are seeing. If you are not seeing, thumbs down. Okay, let me stop here, then I share again. How many are seeing? If you are seeing, thumbs up. If you are not seeing, thumbs down. Let me stop. Please, there are those who are seeing, there are those who are not seeing. Okay, I'll stop sharing. Majority are not seeing. Yeah, I think Mike, I saw you inside here. I wanted you to maybe mention a few things, but means you might be somewhere you can't unmute. Now, let me try and share again. Don't know what might be the problem. Are we now able to see? If you're able to see my screen now, thumbs up. Thumbs up if the screen is now visible. Aha, aha. Yes, thank you so much. Aha, let's continue. Let's continue. See, we are 120 of us here, and I believe we are all ready to learn. So just be patient. I will tell you after this where to start. So I was saying, if you took the first trade, remember we take our first trade on minute 15. Morning Star, you keep unmuting your mic. This is the last time we are warning. Probably next time you do that, we are going to remove you from the call. So please be careful with that. We are unable to see the screen again. I know what is not happening with this laptop. Are we not seeing my screen again? Is it visible? Are we seeing the chat? Is the chat visible? Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Now let's continue. Let's continue. Now, I've said the first trade, we take the first trade using M. So on M15 yesterday, today we don't have a trade, but I'm talking of yesterday. So we had the first trade here. You see, you can clearly tell that we entered the market here. We had stop loss down here, which eventually the market took us out at this point. So if the first trade that you took on minute 15 takes you out, go on H1 and wait for reversal candlestick confirmation, either in the box or slightly below the box or slightly above the box. That is in order, but at least it should touch the box. So now on this second trade, which I took, and I also took it the previous day, do we see any candlestick confirmation here? Do we who can tell me which candlestick confirmation is this? These two. These two. What is the name given to the two candlestick confirmation? Those who understand candlesticks. Aha. Finally I can see screen. Karibu nifikirie kuuza simu. Mudhomi. Okay. Haya. What is the name of the candlestick pattern you are seeing there? Morning Star, no? Morning Star, no? Wayne Ogunda. So what are our candles? We have 130 of us here. You mean all of us don't understand candlesticks? You people should be serious. I'm going to handle that in a few. But I think Berry Sharami, okay, Morning Star. Berry Sharami, Morning Star, no, Diana. Nicheni Gitonga. Bully Sharami, correct. Berry Sharami, Mudhomi. Berry Sharami? Bullish inside, Eric, correct. Hammer, correct, Joel. Bullish Sharami, but remember we use double. Bullish Sharami, Mudhomi, Pinba, Nelson, Diana. You should recap. I'm going to recap on candlestick. So if you are new, don't there's no need to worry. I'm just going to do that in a more simplified way. So ukishindwa kuelewa candlestick leo, then blame yourself. I'm going to do it in a much simpler way. Sawa. Aha. So that is called bullish inside. I was just doing that because of those who missed that. Yeah, you know hammer, but we are not going to hammer as the reversal, and you know that we always use double and triple. So at this given point, we had a bullish inside. So after the bullish inside, you can take your trade either on H1 or you rather go on minute 15. It's okay. Take your trade there. Do your stop loss below the reversal, and also should be below the reversal, the candlestick pattern. Okay. At that given point, your entry stop loss is down below the candlestick pattern. You add 7 to 10 pips. Your entry is there, and do a risk reward of 1:3. So do your take profit at 3. So already that was around stop loss was around 27, 24, 25, or 25 times 3, 75. So the market eventually got to your take profit somewhere here. This was 8. So it means on Monday, not Friday. It was here. I think the Friday one was okay. This on Monday. The first trade you take on minute 15, not on Monday, yeah. So if we check on Monday also, the same thing happened on Monday. We took the first trade here. Once the market takes you out on the first trade, remember we took bearish harami, which you are going to learn in a few, the candle confirming a sell. The first, you go back to H1, wait for the candle confirmation, which was here. Remember we had this bearish harami, okay? So if you took using this bearish harami, remember we are carrying trade to the next day, which I remember this trade took a majority of us out, not because they missed the setup, but the main reason was that a majority of us never added to their stop loss, especially GPU. I told you can add up to 15 pips. Personally, I did that. I had a stop around 50 pips. And it worked. Sorry?
Most of us
Can you
are
hear
not
me, guys?
seeing the screen. We can hear, but we cannot see. We can't see the chat.
Okay, let me try and figure out what is the challenge then. Just a minute. And how to help.
Mzito, napotea ikirudi. I think there is a problem.
Sahii mnaona ama bado? Is it visible now? Aha. It is well. Kama inaonekana sasa ni sawa, we can proceed. Thank you so much. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. It's okay. I suggest ungefanya na Zoom. Zoom is even worse. Zoom, I've used Zoom. If you watch all of my majority of my videos, yeah. So let's just continue. If you can see my screen, let's continue. So in other words, I was saying the first trade, use M15, and in case the market takes you out, use H1 after the confirmation candle. So that tells us that we should understand candlesticks. So allow me to teach us candlesticks again. I know I've taught this before, but majority of us, especially from Mombasa, okay. Mtu anasema nikichange screen lazima time ipotee kidogo. So can you now see? Are we able to see? We are going to learn about the candlesticks. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Let's save time. Want to use 20 minutes max. Aha, thank you, thank you. Now let's continue. So at this point, remember in Forex, we have what we call candlesticks. So candlesticks are ideally what helps you to interpret change of price in the market. For instance, we have a candle that tells you the market has increased in price, and we also have a candle that gives an illustration of depreciation of price movement in the market. For instance, this one is called a buy or a bullish candle. This one confirms an appreciation of price in the market. An appreciation of price in the market. So for this candle, here tonight a buy candle or bullish candle. You better understand it as bullish because we'll be mentioning bullish most of the time. So this is a bullish candle or a buy candle. In other words, a bullish candle shows you an increase in price. Let's say in Kenya shilling, the dollar has moved from 130 probably to 140. This will be represented by what we call a bullish candle. Okay, from 130 to 140, that is an appreciation of price. So it's being represented by a buy or a bullish candle. On the other side, we have bearish candle. Bearish candle also shows us a depreciation of price. So bearish candle also shows you depreciation of price. Kindly follow closely because you cannot trade without candlesticks. You have to understand. We even have people who use candlestick purely to trade. So bearish candle ideally shows you depreciation of price. Let's say in Kenya shillings, dollars dropped from 140 probably to 130. This one will be shown or will be represented by a bearish candle. Another important things to note about candle is that these candles form depending on your selected time frame. If you select M15, it means every candle will be forming after 15 minutes. If you happen to select H1, it means that every candle forms after 1 hour. If you happen to select H4, it means every candle forms after 4 hours. If you happen to select daily time frame, then it means every candle forms after a day. But for us, we are going to focus more on M15 and H1, which now terms you as a person called intraday trader or day trader. Those who trade H4 and above are called swing traders. That is another day. We'll learn about that. And those who trade M15, below M15, we call them scalpers. But our concern is here. What I want you to get is that every candle forms depending on the time frame you have selected. If you have selected H1, it means every candle will form after 1 hour. If you select H4, it means every candle will form after the selected time frame. Are we together? Thumbs up if we are together. Thumbs up. Okay. I think that is in order. Now let's continue. This is the last time I'm handling candlesticks. So these candlesticks, if you know how to interpret them, remember you are in Forex to know where to buy and where to sell. You should know at what point should I sell, at what point should I buy. That's why we now know that when I'm at stop and high, I sell. At stop and low, I buy. But now what will give me the exact point to buy or the exact point to sell? You need a candlestick confirmation. So we are going to tackle, personally, I've written a book on Forex, and I've covered so many candlesticks, I think over 20. But with time and experience, I will tell you that you need to stick to 3 main reversal candlestick patterns. 3 that will show you sell, 3 that will show you buy. If you master this, there is no need of struggling with so many other candlesticks. Okay, now let's maybe have the 3. So let's have areas to sell and areas to buy. An area where you expect to sell, we always call it a resistance. A resistance is like a ceiling. When you hit the ball to the ceiling, it will eventually bounce back down. A support is like the floor, is where you expect to buy. If the market is selling and it gets to the support, you expect it to start buying. So if I find myself at an area of support, I will consider buying. If I find myself at an area of resistance, I will consider selling. So if I may ask, those who have learned about the stop and box, is the stop and high a support or a resistance? Is the stop and high a support or a resistance? Let me see. Is the stop and high a support or a resistance? MS Morin, Elo Hillary, Fenina, Wayne Oginga, David Mwangi, Nancy Gishagu, Brian, Mumo Mwanza, Ken Odhiambo, Esther Nekesa, Sammy Lewis, Agri Mombo, Lucy Terrer, Jackson, Duncan, Diana, Juju, Ken, Kinoti, Mutisia. Yeah, you are all saying a resistance. So the stop and high ideally is like our resistance, and the stop and low is our support. Okay, let's now go back. So now at this point, we have the candles. There are candles that when it appears at resistance, we sell. And we have candles that when they appear at support, we buy. So let's start. The candle number 1 that we are going to cover is what we call bullish engulfing. So bullish engulfing, this is how it looks. You have a sell candle. We now know the sell candle is the same as bearish candle. You have a bearish candle followed by a bullish candle. But now the bullish candle is bigger than the bearish candle. So the two forms what we are terming as bullish engulfing. So the 2 is forming what we are calling as bullish engulfing. The sell candle is small, the buy candle is big. The bearish candle is small, the buy candle is, or the bullish candle is big. So the 2 forms what we call a bullish engulfing. If you see a bullish engulfing at the support, which happens to be the stop and low for this case, we buy immediately. Take a buy trade immediately. You see that. So this one is called bullish engulfing. The opposite. So if I'm at stop and high and I see the opposite of this, which is called bearish engulfing, I will eventually consider selling. So probably you have this now on the sell. For the case of a sell, the bullish is small. You happen to have that there, have that one there, followed by a bearish candle. So the two forms what we call bearish engulfing. So bearish engulfing is a clear indication that you can now enter a sell. So to ask, to see if these people are following, at stop and box high, will I consider bullish engulfing or bearish engulfing? At stop and box high, will I consider bullish engulfing or bearish engulfing? David Mwangi, Enoch Hillary, bearish engulfing. Fenina, bearish engulfing. Bearish engulfing. Brian, bearish engulfing. Lucy Terrer, Alan Jack, Corinne James, Caroline Karaoke, Juju, Estella, John Mwangi, Ikaroli, Zipora, Agri Mombo, Eunice Ngoro, Bethuel Echika, Cornelius Mudhiani, Emmanuel Akida, Mumo Mwanza. They are all saying bearish engulfing. There's nothing called bearish, it's bearish engulfing. James Odhiambo, BE, correct, bearish engulfing. Emmanuel Ludongo, bearish, no. Gitau, bearish engulfing. Magi, bearish engulfing. Lin, bearish engulfing, correct. You people are getting it. Now we are moving on well. Yes. So if I'm happen to be at a stop and high and I see bearish engulfing, I will place my sell trade. If I happen to be a support, which is stop and box low, I will place a buy trade immediately. Let's continue. The second, we are just covering three, then we go to the chart and identify them practically. Okay. Now, the second one is what we are terming as bullish inside. Bullish inside. So the order still remains the same. We still have the bearish become on the left, the bullish on the right. So the same thing, but now the case here is different. I remember I always still ask this. I remember when I was training about the bullish engulfing and bearish engulfing, there was a student called Bernard who shared a picture of him and the girlfriend, and the guy is taller than the girlfriend. So he told us, Muzito, that is what you mean by bullish engulfing. So it was a good example for us to understand the bullish and bearish engulfing, you know. So people, we have people who think, yes. So it was a much simpler way to understand the bullish and the bearish engulfing. So that is also a notion. So a bullish, I think he took bullish as a man and bearish as a lady. So he shared the screenshot, picture that is in that case over him and the girlfriend. And he told us, Muzito, that is what you mean by bullish engulfing. And we all said yes. Let's continue. So the idea is to ensure that we understand. So the second one, remember the format remains the same. When I'm at a support, always the bullish is on the right. When I'm at area to buy, the candle on the right is always bullish. Okay, so the second one here is still the same, but now this time the bearish is bigger, but the candle on the right remains to be bullish. But this time the bullish is small. The bullish candle or the buy candle is small. So this one we call it bullish inside. You see now the bullish is smaller, but still on the right. So this one is called bullish inside, or others call it bullish harami. Okay, bullish inside or bullish harami. Remember, when at an area to buy, always on the right you will have a bullish candle. So bullish inside is a confirmation for buy. Bullish engulfing is a confirmation for buy. So for the case of the sell is the opposite. You will have the bullish candle this time becoming bigger, and the bearish being inside the bullish. So you have that there. We have that. Follow closely, guys. Then we are going to do it practically now after tackling the last one. So still the bearish. For the case of a sell, always the candle of the right is the bearish. So the two what we call bearish inside or bearish harami. Bearish inside or bearish harami is still a confirmation for sell. You might miss bearish engulfing and have bearish harami. Still it confirms that now, Mzito, you can still consider selling. Very, very important for you to note. Now, the last one. The last one is what we call the morning star and the evening star. Still, for the case of buy, the candle on the right should still be the bullish one. Okay, when you're buying or in an area to buy, stop and box low, the candle on the right should always be bullish. So morning star appears to be something like this. The middle candle is always smaller, so it can either be a bullish or a bearish candle. So it forms what we call a morning star. So the candle on the right, first candle is always the first candle on the right is what we are terming as the bullish candle forming the morning star. So the three forms what we call the morning star. What makes this the morning star is that the middle candle is always smaller. These bearish and these are long bullish on the right can always interchange. Sometimes this one can be a bit smaller, this one to be bigger, sometimes this one can be bigger, sometimes they can be equal. But now what gives it the name morning star is that the candle in the middle is smaller. Okay? The opposite is now what we call evening star. Evening star is for sell, and we say anything related to sell, the candle on the right should always be a sell candle or a bearish candle. So for this case, we have that. We have indecision candle, which can be also something like that, then followed by a bearish candle. So the three forms are what we call the evening star. Evening star. How many are with me? How many are with me to that point? We have 120 of us here. If you are following, just say Mzito following, type following. Aha. Yeah, people are following. Corinne Mudomi, Cornelius Mudomi, Emmanuel Akida, Odonko, Mtisia are very consistent. Mary following, Juju, okay, Janet, Mojo, Sophia Kayega, Leanzinza, Moganyaga, yes. So in other words, when we add stop and box high, and we happen to see either number 1, which is this, or number 2, which is this, or number 3, which is this, I will confirm a sell. Maybe I'm at a stop and box high. Let's call that box high. If I see bearish engulfing, I will enter sell. If I see bullish bearish inside, I will enter sell. If I see evening star, I will still enter a sell. On the opposite, still the same. Maybe I'm at the stop and box low. If you happen to see bullish engulfing, enter buy. Bullish inside, enter buy. Morning star, enter buy. Are we together? How many are with me? Thumbs up if you are following and you understand what we are doing. Yes. Now take a picture of these, take a picture of this, because now we are going to identify them on the chart practically and see what it means. Take a picture. Again, if you never took the names, this is called bullish engulfing. The first one. Bullish engulfing is for buy, bearish engulfing is for sell. Bullish arami is for buy, bearish arami is for sell. Evening star is for sell, morning star is for buy. Are we ready to now go to the charts and identify them? Also, I wanted to inform us that I have $100 to give, and I think I will do that tomorrow evening at such a time. I will prepare good questions. So make sure that the questions will just be related to what we have covered. So I will be having what we call a Kahoot. So we'll be having a Kahoot of $100. So prepare for the Kahoot. There's nothing to prepare because the questions will be just what we are doing here. So I will be issuing out an account of $100. Or should we do 50-50? 2 accounts. Yes, I think you can still do that. $50, so that people can get money to get to the challenge, especially the Mombasa team. So also those who are in Mombasa, you're also interested in joining the challenge, you can really reach out to Gladys so that you'll be helped with account opening. You can also reach out to me. Okay. You can also reach out to Philip or Mudomi. Make sure that you reach out to someone before anything else. So you will get further instructions from there. Yeah, we'll do 50-50. Majority of us are saying 50-50. Now take a picture of this. We are going to the charts. We are going to the charts.
Zito, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir. Please ask.
What about inverted hammer and the hammer itself? Does it show the reverse of the chart?
Yeah, it shows the reversal, but now I will tell you this from the point of experience. If you find hammer, believe me, at that point you will not miss bullish engulfing. So there is high likelihood that the market will form bullish engulfing. So that's why I ended. You will find inverted hammer, you will not miss bearish harami or bearish engulfing. That's why I decided to just look for three main ones.
Okay.
Personally, I've written a book and I've covered so many candles. I've covered hammer, inverted hammer. I've covered what we call marubozu. I've covered three white soldiers, three black soldiers. We have a candle called piercing. There are so many candlesticks. We have RRT, railroad tracks. We have a cord of wood and shift candle. So there are so many, but now I just selected few that you, at any point you find yourself at the reversal, you will not miss it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now let's continue. So don't there's no need even to confuse yourself with maybe those who are asking about evening star or not a hammer. I've not taught you about hammer. You just master this. If you want the rest, just go to the YouTube. I've covered all of them. You can still search, but these ones are the ones that you will always be using. Now let's go to the charts and kindly confirm to me if you are seeing my chart. That is we are now going to conclude in 5 minutes. So kindly follow. Is the chart visible now? Are we seeing my chart? Okay. So kindly, if you are a beginner, also just be patient. We have 5 more minutes and I'll be giving further instructions. Beginners class is starting in the month of April. Okay? In the month of April on date 10th. So if we are creating beginners class, so refer as many people as possible. The higher the number of people you refer, we always give a reward also on the same. So make sure that you refer people to the beginners class, those who want to learn Forex. Let's continue. Now, being here on the charts, I want us now to give you the names of the candlesticks. I want you to tell me the name of candlesticks. Like here, it was a clear confirmation for buy. According to the diagrams that you have, tell me the name of these three candles you are seeing here. It takes the stop and box low, and that is the point to buy. And it gave you the three pattern here. What is the name of these three candles? All of us, we are over 120. Let's give answers here. What is the name given to these three candlesticks? We have one, the small, the middle one is smaller, then a long bullish candle. Tell me the name. Now the moment of truth is here. There are people saying can't see the screen. Banangi, what is not happening? Let me share the entire screen, maybe it will work. Are we now able to see or we are yet to see? Are we now able to see? Thumbs up. I think people are now confirming that they are now able to see. Let's continue. So I'm asking about these three candles. Remember, at stop and box low, we buy. At stop and box high, we sell. So here the market touches stop and box low. We have these three candles confirming buy. Number one, small candle in the middle, then a bullish candle. What is the name given to these three candlesticks? A bearish candle, a small candle in the middle, then a buy candle. We check the diagram. People are answering. Morning Star, Joey Max, Morning Star, Betwele Chica, Morning Star, and Hillary. If you don't know Morning Star, just check the diagram that we have just drawn a few minutes ago. We drew a few minutes ago. Check. It's morning star, and it's happening at the stop and box low. What do? We buy. That's a clear morning star, buy. Let's maybe see more examples of the same. Here, at the stop and box high, we have these two candles. The bearish is longer than the bullish. Ignore the pin. Check the size of the body. So the bearish is bigger than the bullish. What is the name given to this, and what does it confirm? Will you have bought or will you have sold, and what is the name of the candle? Let me see. We have these two candles. The moment of truth is here. We want to see people who are following and those who are not following. Phoebe, sell, bearish engulfing, Diana Mokena, Betwele Chica. Betwele also answering questions so well. Joy, bearish engulfing, sell, win, correct. Momo, sell. Emmanuel Akida from Mombasa, bearish engulfing, sell. Mutisia Eric, also very consistent, bearish engulfing, sell. I believe Mutisia already in the challenge. Mary, bearish engulfing, sell. Aaron Murima, bearish engulfing, sell. Yes. So it's bearish engulfing, confirming a sell. Yes. Bearish engulfing, confirming a sell. Aha. Let's check more examples. At this point, we had these three candles at the stop and box high. Remember, every day there's a stop and box high and low. So here we had three candles confirming a possibility of a sell or a buy. Tell me, what is the name given to these three candles up here at the stop and box high? Will you have considered a buy or a sell? And what happened to that trade? Aha, people are getting it. And Brian, evening star. Nancy Gishagi, Phoebe, evening star, sell. Enoch Hillary, evening star, sell. Eunice Ngoro, evening star, sell. John Mwangi, evening star, sell. Aha, Morgan Nyaga, evening star, sell. Bethwell, evening star. Aha, people are getting it. Evening star, sell. Aha. Thank you so much. At this point, we were also buying. We had these two candles because at stop and box low, we buy. But we need a confirmation candle. We had these two candles telling us to buy. What is the name given to these two candles? Tell me down there on the chat. What is the name given to these two candles confirming a buy here at the stop and box low? We know very well that at the stop and box low, we buy. So we have these two candles confirming. We cannot just enter. We need a candle that will tell us this is the right time to buy. What is the name given to these two? Let me see. Aha, bullish engulfing buy. People are getting it. Nancy Gishagi. Nancy, you're also consistent. Brian, bullish engulfing buy. Sophia Kayega, bullish engulfing buy. Betwele Chika, engulfing buy. Janet, bullish engulfing Phoebe, bullish engulfing buy. Aha, Lucy Terrer. Lucy are also consistent. Bullish engulfing buy. Moja Benz, bullish engulfing Mary, bullish engulfing Mutisia Eric, bullish engulfing buy. So don't worry if maybe you are missing it out. Don't worry, because this is just the first attempt. Probably if you are from Mombasa, you will always get to go through the video. This video will be shared immediately after this class. You will find the video in our YouTube page. So kindly go and watch this video. Again, we have these two here. We have a bearish candle or a shooting star, then a bullish candle. So just take this as a bearish candle and a bullish candle. The bullish candle happens to be smaller. What is the name given to the two candle and what does it signify? Was it a buy? Was it a sell? Tell me the name of these two first. These two, a small bearish candle here, then a bullish candle. Let me see. Are we getting it? Where are we? Bullish Arami buy. Bullish Arami, bullish inside Magi. I've seen you also very consistent in classes. Nancy Gashagwa, bullish inside buy. Enoch Hillary, hammer buy signal. We don't just use one. We use double candlestick. Ignore single candlestick. Use double. Yes, that is bullish inside. Very simple. Even here, again, we have these two. Though this one never touched the box, but it was also a bullish inside confirmation for buy. And you can clearly see, touch the box, it was a very clear buy. Again here, tell me the name of this one. Touch the stop and box, and it was a confirmation for a good buy here. What was the name given to these two candlesticks here? This is the name given to these two candlesticks. One of them touched the stop and box, confirming a buy. The name given to these two candlesticks, confirming a buy. We have a bearish candle followed by a bullish candle, which is smaller than the bearish. And it has touched the stop and box low. What is the name? People are getting it. Bullish inside buy, bullish Arami. RRT, correct, Kennedy. Bullish inside, though I've not taught us by RRT, which is okay also. Bullish inside, fellow Feli. Brian, bullish inside. Maybe I identify two more, and I will give us an assignment to go and do that. Okay, here we had a bullish inside, a buy at the stop and box. Here, I will not mention the candle. This is the last one. Tell me, this is a stop and box low. What was confirming for you a buy here? Just tell me the candle you are seeing or the candle that you will have used to confirm a buy at this point. Remember, at stop and box low, we buy. So what was that trigger candlestick pattern confirming a buy? Let me see down there on the chart. At this point, though, I'm talking of this point. Tell me, what are we considering as our candle confirmation for buy. Let me see down there in the chart. Aha. Enoka, Corin James, Morning Star, Lucy Terer, Kenneth Mutisia, Tisia Eric, Emmanuel Akida, Moja Benz. Moja, you have also answered all the questions in this class. That is the spirit of a trader. Fenina, Frederick, Bullish Engulfing, Aaron, Morning Star, Diana Mukene, Morning Star, Mary, Morning Star, Maxwell Toya, Morning Star, Denise Olode, Morning Star, Naomi Gitau, Morning Star. So that is a clear Morning Star. So you see as a bearish candle followed by a small indecision candle, then a bullish candle, confirming Morning Star a buy, and it was a very, very nice buy. Here we also had a stop and box high. If you extend here, we had a bearish inside here, confirming a sell, and you can clearly see a very nice sell. Again at the stop and box low, bullish inside, buy. Again down here, bullish inside, buy. So very, very important. At stop and high, tell me this last one. We had the stop and box high. What was confirming a sell? Tell me this last one now. This is the last one before I give further instructions. So again, tomorrow I will be training us on how to place stop loss, take profit using our phones. So that those who are still struggling with how to place a stop loss, we are going to ensure that you overcome that. So tell me the name of these three. Okay, then those who are in Nairobi, I will be at HFM offices tomorrow. So if you want to see me, if you have a concern, let's meet there. Evening Star, Eunice Ngoro, very consistent. Mary, Evening Star. Naomi Gitao, Evening Star. David Mwangi, Evening Star. John Mwangi, Evening Star. Caroline Mudhiani, Evening Star. Eric Yuso, Evening Star. Emmanuel Akida, you have also answered all the questions in this class. Evening Star. Jujuk Skeng, Evening Star. So I think majority of us have caught that, but I will ask you, go and do more revision. Go and watch this video again. Watch the first part where we capture them down in drawings. Come and compare. Try and identify them one by one, so that by tomorrow you will have mastered that. So tomorrow's class is also very, very important because I will start with psychology. I want to start psychology class. Remember, you cannot trade effectively if you have not mastered psychology. People have been in this business for 5 years, 10 years, others even past 10, but they are unable to make money. The reason is always one. They have not mastered the psychology part of Forex, which ideally we are going to do it together. So make sure that you don't miss tomorrow's class, because I will be showing us how to place trade using our phones, and then transit and train us on psychology. So from tomorrow, we'll be having our psychology class. So the class will be a bit early. We'll be starting at exactly 8, so that by 9:30 we are done. So tomorrow, make sure that you are prepared as from 8 p.m. Again, we have the challenge. If you also want to join the challenge, you can reach out to Gladys. You can also reach out to me. You can reach out to Philip, reach out to Mudomi, whoever you will reach first. You also have Jack. You can reach out to all of them. So whoever you have an access to, make sure that those who want access how to open an account, template, you reach out to Gladys, as well as challenge. Immediately, if you text her, she will eventually help you on that. Gladys, if you are in, you can still pin your number, so that those who need template, I know majority of us, especially from Mombasa, you need the template. If you're wondering what is the template, is this software. In your phone, you will not have these top and boxes. You better be prepared of the same. So this top and box is a software, and I think you will need to install. If you have your phone, I will show you how to do, but those with the laptops, reach out to Gladys. The kind of strategy you are learning from us is one of the very, very complex strategies that I will ask you. Commit yourself. If it's to pay for this strategy to learn from the owner, it will cost you 5,000 USD. That is around 650,000 Kenya shillings, or even more. So purpose to ensure that you follow us closely and get to understand what exactly we are doing. So having said that, I have one more request. I just have one more request from all of us who are here. Let me now maybe probably stop recording. So bye-bye. See you again tomorrow. Those who are maybe will watch the recording. But now the rest, I have a few announcements to make.